What's going on, guys? Odeon here, coming to you guys with another Cinema 4D tutorial, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make your entire entire environmental scene in Cinema 4D. So everything that I'm pretty much going to be showing you guys is already built into Cinema 4D, except for the textures that I'm going to be using for the logo. Those are completely optional. You can make them whatever you want. And I'm using a plugin called Ivy Grower. So recently, the people that made Ivy Grower stopped making it in R16. So some of the people I did a ton of digging, and I actually was able to find one download for R17. It's a Dropbox by a German guy. So if you're an R17, I will leave a link in the description where you can download this the Ivy Grower plugin for R17, so that you guys can download it and you guys can do it too. I am in the HDRI Lightroom, my personal Lightroom that you guys recently got in the not personal pack, but the 100 subscribers pack that I released. So if you guys want to use this Lightroom while you're coming along with me and making this, I invite you to go ahead. So without further ado, let's get into this. So we're going to go ahead and get a cube, and we're going to set the X radius to 3000. We're going to set the Y radius to 20, and then the Z radius to 3000 as well. We're going to set the X segments to 50, and the Z segments to 50. And then we're going to click C on the keyboard. Now, I don't know about you guys, but in my Lightroom, whenever I go into perspective when I'm in my Lightroom and not the default window itself, it crashes my Cinema 4D. So if it does that for you guys, just set up a camera, set the positioning to 000 and rotation to -90 on the P, and then just drag it up until you can see it. So we're going to come over here to the live selection tool. We're going to select rectangular selection, go to the cube, and make sure you have your polygon selected, and we're just going to mouse over all of this, make sure we get it all selected. Then we're going to go to simulate, hair object, add hair. You're going to go to dynamics, and there's going to be a drop down folder right here, and you're going to change the drag to 80% so that the hair doesn't die. Then you're going to go to hairs, and I set my hairs to 100,000. Most people set theirs to like 25,000 or something like that, but I don't like really being able to see like the earth underneath it, so like I try to block that out because the earth doesn't look that well. We're going to go to guide and just then we're going to turn the length down. I'm going to turn the length down to 25 for the first render, and then we're going to play with it. Actually, let's set it to 40 for the first render, and then we'll play with it. One second, guys. I'm going to pause the video. My girlfriend's texting me. Alright, I'm back, guys. So where were we? Oh yeah, we were adjusting the guides and the length. Alright. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to adjust the hair material. So you're going to go ahead and double click on that, and it's going to pull up with this brown looking piece of crap. So when you think of grass, I think it goes from a darker to a lighter shade. So we're going to do something like that and click OK. And we're going to come over here, click that again, and then we're going to get a slightly brighter shade. Alright? And then you're going to keep specular on. Definitely going to need that. Keep your thickness on. Check length. Scale. Frizz. Kink. Density. And I think that's all we're going to need, and then let's do a little test render right quick and see how it turned out, and make sure it looks alright before we continue, because you don't want it looking too, raunchy. That's a horrible way to put it, but Alright, so you guys can see the ground right here. So what we're going to do for this is we're going to double click this again. We're going to open this up, and we're going to click this drop down arrow on the color. We're going to go to noise. We're going to open this up. We're going to color 1, and we're going to pick out dark shade of brown, and then a slightly darker shade of brown. And right click that and copy, uncheck reflection, go to bump, check bump, right click, paste, turn bump all the way up, then go to displace, right click, paste, turn it down. We're going to turn this up to about 8, and then we're going to turn the subpolygon displacement on, and we're going to turn this up to 5. So if you guys have a slow computer, don't turn subpolygon displacement on, or it can like it'll really slow down the render time. So I'm actually going to adjust these just a little bit because they're a little too vibrant. I'm going to turn the strength up slightly. I'm going to turn the specular color on a dark shade of green, maybe, and try that again. And now when you see the dirt, it should pull up as like a, how do you put it? It should look more like dirt, and it's not going to be like just plain ground. Oh wait, we forgot to put it on there. With our, alright, change this from cubic, sorry, UVW mapping to cubic, and check seamless. Let's do a little test render one more time real quick. And then we're going to go back to the hair, and we're going to adjust the, the amount, and we're going to adjust the length. I'll be right back. Yeah, it's going to take a little longer. Alright, and we're back. That was actually right after I said that. So yeah, it's looking a lot more like dirt now underneath it. But the fact is, like, you can still see through the grass, which is something we don't want. So we're going to go back over here to hair. And we're going to turn this to 200,000 instead. Let's render this out right quick. It's probably going to take a little longer. I am rendering out 200,000 hairs. And actually, let's go back into this. Let's go back into our hair. Let's take kink off and see what happens. I think it'll look a lot more free-flowing if we take kink off, to be honest. I'm just playing with it, guys. This is pretty much like what it's all about, is just playing with it. And just kind of learning what you have a feel for. Anyway, guys, I'll come back when this is starting to render out. Alright, so it's starting to look a lot more like grass. Once we add like a lighting to it, it'll start brightening up. But let's go to the hair one more time. Cloning. We're not gonna play with cloning. I'll play with that later, like when I'm off of this tutorial. Alright, guide length. Let's turn the length up, and we're gonna test render this out one more time, guys. Alright, guys, so it's looking a whole lot better. It's actually looking like grass now, which is good. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add some landscapes in the background. Now you could just make like fields and stuff, but that's kind of lame. Don't mean to be that guy, but alright, so we're going to do this a pretty weird way. We're going to just play with the landscapes. We're going to put like different sized ones in different places and stuff, and just kind of see what happens. Great. So now that we have our little landscapes in place, that's going to be our background. Probably a really bad background, but you know, if you're actually doing this for design, try to put a little more like effort into it. But like that was really quick, so we're gonna make a rocky material right quick. So we're just gonna click this and don't have one that I want. Alright, so let's go, and I actually saved one earlier that I got specifically for like rocks and stuff. Alright, so after you get that in there, I always right click it and object soft shadow usually when I make stuff like this. And I'm actually going to expand this so you guys can tell the difference in the texture after like I start adding things. So once again, you're going to right click the texture and copy. We're going to uncheck reflection because this is a rock. We're going to go to diffusion, right click it, and we're going to paste it on diffusion. That's going to give it like a darker shade. Then we're going to go to bump. We're going to right click it, and we're going to turn the bump all the way up so it actually gives it grooves. We're going to go to displacement. We're going to right click it, paste, and then we're going to turn this down to about 30. And then we're going to check subpolygon displacement, put that on 5, and we're going to put the height on about 9. And basically, if you guys don't know what subpolygon displacement does, the reason it takes longer to render is because it actually makes like the material, instead of the material just pasting something on there, it actually makes like the grooves and the bumps and stuff actually pop off of the object and actually manipulate the way it looks. So that's why I like using it so much. And a lot of people don't like it because it slows down computers and stuff, but you gotta pay for perfection, bitch. Alright, so we're gonna try rendering this out right quick. I'm actually gonna come back when it starts rendering because I do have a lot of subpolygon displacement on. It's not just one object. And I'm back, guys. So I did end up rendering out the rocks. The rocks look very nice, and the grass. I forgot to tell you guys one thing about the grass or the hair. When you go to your count, turn the segments up to like 52 or something. The lower the segments are, the more low poly it looks. So like by turning those up, it helps. It gives it more of like a smooth look and makes it look more like grass. I forgot to tell you guys about that. I'm really sorry. Anyway, so now we are going to let's group all these landscapes. So Alt G. Oops. So Alt G, Alt G. Sorry, not Alt G. Land. We're just gonna name this land, and we're gonna pull these slightly up. All right. So now we are going to go over here to our light. Oops, not the light. To the land where you can get the floor, and you're gonna add a physical sky. Alright, so this is going to add some natural looking lighting. And we're going to go to the physical sky again. Alright, sorry guys, I got a text message and I had to pause it. Alright, so now you can go into your time and location, and you can turn it up until it looks like it's lighting this area and not the backdrop. And now we're going to do a little test render on this and see how it looks. So once again, I'll be right back. Alright, so as you guys can tell, it did light the rocks, and it actually gives this grass a really warm look to it, which I love. That looks really nice. Yeah, I gave everything a nice warm look, which is what we were going for. Alright, so now we're going to add our logo into this. So we're going to go to File, Merge. I'm going to go with the Obey logo because I've just been wanting to do one with the Obey logo. I don't know why. By the way, all these AIs that you guys see in here are in the 100 subscribers pack. So if you guys want to download this, feel free. Go ahead. So you're going to click open on your thing, on your little Lurga. You're going to click OK. Right click, select children, right click, connect objects, and delete. And then we're going to get a extrude nerve and just drop that in there. There you go. Coordinates, we're going to set the coordinates to 0, 0. We're going to realign this. We're going to pick this up. And now we're just going to scale it down. Alright, so we scaled it down. At least I think that would be considered scaled down. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to get perfectly round edges on it now. Because in my opinion, I think round edges look absolutely dope. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to caps, and you're going to set both of these to fillet caps. Sorry, not fillet, but fillet caps. You're going to set the radius on both of them to 3, and then you're going to set the steps to 33, and this will create a perfectly round little segments on it. Okay, and then we're just going to put our rock material on there, and we're going to change it to cubic and seamless so that we have a nice little rocky texture on there. We're going to go back to our camera and we're going to tilt it like that towards the sun, I think. I think that looks really nice. And then what we're going to do now is this is where we get into using the ivy grower, and I'm actually going to, you guys are going to have to pause and look at my settings, because when you guys first get the ivy grower, it's really weird. So these are my settings: ivy size 0.2, primary weight. You know, just copy all these settings down. Right. And then these are my settings for the birth. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to pick a side on the logo. Like this one, you're going to double click it, and you're going to see a little dot appear right there, and you're going to click Grow Ivy. And you don't want it to get too wild or lag really bad, and the reason you want to especially pay attention to the gravity settings that I just showed you guys is because it'll weigh it down. The more it grows, the more it'll go downwards. Let's Control Z. Let's put it more like on the front this time. Grow ivy so that it'll grow around this corner. Oh, it's just going straight over there. I don't know what's wrong with that. Like, gravity, just pull it down. That bitch really like growing all the way over there? Really, nigga? Okay. Alright, well, anyway, once you feel like you have enough ivy grown, you go ahead and click stop and then give birth. Render this out right quick and see how this looks. I don't even need to like check to see how that looks. I just know that that's just bad. Let's just go over here. Let's try over here. Plug in ivy grower. Oh, not give birth, but grow ivy. Are my gravity settings not on? Gravity weight 1? Okay, so when you move your mouse, it stops doing it, by the way, guys. I don't know what's going on right now, guys. Let's leave the logo upright like that. And then now gravity should kick in a little more. It just goes straight upwards. What the hell? Oh, there it goes. Right. Yeah, it's growing up there. I give birth. And I actually kind of like how that one turned out. And then we're gonna do another one right here. Ivy grower, and then grow ivy. Ungrow. Alright, we're gonna turn the gravity up to 3 this time and see, because it's never done this before. Oh wait, okay, there we go. And sorry, I'm so sorry guys, I'm still new to this whole plugin. Okay, grow ivy. Grow ivy. Bitch, grow ivy, nigga, like damn. Alright, there we go. Stop growing, get birth. There we go, guys. I'm so sorry that like I messed up on that so much. This is just one of those things you have to play with. You know, for stuff like this, I guess it could be like 1 up here and 2 over here, but and I'm gonna start rendering this out, and I'll be right back. And we're back. And we're back. Sorry, I don't know if it kept recording. Anyway, so we're back now, and this is what it ended up turning out like. So I'm probably gonna play with the sky a little bit more. I would like to play with the sky more, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back and play with the sky. So shut the fuck up, oh, let me get my mind right, cause this is for the fans who truly understand. Real all the time. To the death of me. Alright, so I'm gonna set the hue correction and the gamma correction to 1. Ozone. Ozone, bitch. Bitch, you want the ozone? Alright, so we're gonna turn the lens flare on. Sorry if I'm not talking a whole lot. time and location, basic. And with the still spinning. I'm guessing there is no presets. Lame. Alright guys, well I'm gonna render this out real quick and I'll meet you guys back in Photoshop. And we're back, guys. So I am here in the lovely Photoshop and the 1500 by 500 header size. And today, not today, but as you guys know, we are about to work on the render we just made. So I'm going to show you guys one of the easier methods to getting it done. Alright, so as you guys can tell, there is no background on it. It is a PNG. So you're going to have to go into Google and let's look up sunset PNG. And let's see what we get. So let's see what we get, guys. Alright, so I'm going to try to go with this one. I think this one will work pretty well. I'm sorry that I'm not going to be skipping around while I'm in like Google looking this stuff up or anything like that. But I would like to show you guys like what I'm looking at. This guy certainly had an interesting name for his stock. Right, so we're gonna scale it up. Okay. And we will have these blended by the end of this, by the way, guys. There we go. Right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to rasterize both of these layers. Be sure that you're on Essentials. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with the color lookups. Let's go with fall colors. Fall colors looks very good. Let's add another one on top of that. And soft warming look, and we'll turn the opacity down on it to like 10%. And I can see the difference. I don't know if you guys can. Alright, so we are in the 100 subscriber pack. So we're going to go to our best CCs and we're going to grab our manipulation CCs out of it. Duplicate layer. And then we're going to add a CC to it. Excuse me, guys. God. Alright. So we've got our CCs. Now let's add a temperature to it, which is also in here. We're going to go with the red temperature so that it also gives off a nice warming look. Alright, and we're going to come over here and suns and flares. Screen. We're going to erase around the logo because, you know, as you guys probably know, if a light's behind something, it's not going to shine. Get a bit of sunset in the background. There we go. No, let's not go with that one. I'll be right back, guys. I just now realized that my TV's on in the background. I am so sorry, guys. Like, I just now realized that that was on, and I bet you that was super annoying being in the background as loud as I had it. I really am sorry. I hope you guys have been able to learn something with that god awful sound in the background. But I want to hear my real name come from the lips of a beautiful woman. Yeah, that's a real name. Alright, so we're going to go with the leaves. Duplicate. And we're going to put this under that. We're going to go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. Blur it by 5, maybe. Take that off. Ground plants. We're going to add a mushroom up front. Once again, filter, Gaussian blur. Actually, no, let's not add that. That does not blend very well at all, guys. Yeah, if you guys see something and you guys don't think it blends, that's usually like when you're like, oh, nope, that's not what I put in there. So usually, all right, okay, and now we're going to add fruit. What? Yeah, now animals. We're gonna add some birds in the background, guys. What happens if we Gaussian blur these, maybe? No, do not Gaussian blur those. Let's put them over here and then shrink them some more. Actually, I think they look better over there. Okay, once again, guys, you're just adding stuff at this point. Insects. So we're going to add some butterflies. So we are going to, no, not that one. This one. So we're going to right click layer via cut. We're going to add this one. So click layer via cut. And this one. Layer via cut. And we're going to select all of these and then right click, duplicate layers into our Photoshop layer. and then we're going to scale these. Here. And just kind of put them Alright, so that's enough with the insects. Clan logos. Let's go in here and grab the obey logo right quick. Right, there we go. Then we're going to shrink this down. Perspective, and then we're going to bring the perspective back. You're going to click OK. You're going to right click it, blend options, color overlay, black, click OK. And then you're going to go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, so there's like 5. I'm going to set it to overlay. And there's the shadow of the obey logo. Should probably actually just leave it over there. I don't know why. Like the sun's coming from back here, but whatever. Okay. What else can I show you guys to do to this? I'm not exactly sure what else I need to show you guys. If you guys think that the logo is a little too dark for you guys, by the way, go to the environment, make a layer above it, right click clipping mask, get a soft brush, and just brush over the part that's lit up, and then click overlay. And that actually did make a pretty big difference here. But yeah, that made a pretty good looking difference. So I do believe this will be the end of the Photoshop portion. How long did this tutorial take? Almost an hour. Wow. This is going to be quite the upload, guys. If you guys watched it all the way through to the end, I really do applaud you guys. Let's look at these stocks. I'm probably never going to use them. You could probably throw some smoke in there. Why not? Why not? Anyway, guys, alright, so smoke. some smoke, particles. You throw these in there to make it look like the picture was taken from a camera. Let's go to screen. Let's just keep it on color dodge. And I do believe that is everything that you can literally do to it without overdoing it. I hope you guys really enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something today, and I hope I've convinced you guys to go and check out this 100 subscribers pack. It's got pretty much everything that you need in it. But yeah, so this is how you do it. Everything starting from Cinema 4D all the way to Photoshop. And once again, I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys had a fun time. And if you guys end up making anything by doing this, please link it down in the description. I'd love to see the things that you guys make. But this has been Odeon, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.